I'm Ryan from ExtremeTerrain.com, and this is my review and installation of the Rugged Ridge Spartacus HD tire carrier wheel mount fitting all 2007 and up JKs. This is the wheel mount section of this tire carrier, which can be used on its own. There's also a hinge kit that you can purchase separately, or you can get both of those pieces as a package deal. Today we're going to talk through the installation of this wheel mount, which is a very simple 1 out of 3 wrench installation. This is going to bolt directly onto your tailgate, and you can get this installed in right around an hour, but we'll talk more about the installation in a second. We're also going to talk through the construction and a few of the features of this wheel mount. If you have larger than factory tires on your JK and you're looking to be able to carry a full-size spare, you might know that you'll run into a couple of issues if you put that bigger, heavier spare on the factory spare tire mount. A couple of the issues you can run into is your factory hinges sagging under the additional weight of that bigger, heavier spare tire. You can actually break your factory spare tire mount because it is only designed to work with a factory spare tire, and the welds that hold the halves of the tailgate together themselves can start to break if you don't have that tire nice and tight up against the tailgate and it's allowed to torque around a little bit. So a solution like this will fix some of those problems. This mount is designed to spread out the load of your spare tire a little bit further and allow you to keep that tire nice and tight up against the tailgate to keep it from torquing around. What this isn't going to solve is the hinges sagging or the tailgate itself separating. And that's where the other half of this kit, the hinge kit, comes in. So if you're looking to carry a tire that's a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier, you could probably get away with just this wheel mount. However, if you're going with a big, heavy 35 or 37-inch tire kit, you are going to want to go with both the hinge kit and the wheel mount. Now, you can still purchase them separately if you want to spread out the cost a little bit, but you are going to want to install both of them. Now, there are a couple of other tub-mounted tire carriers out there on the market, the most notable and the most popular probably being the Teraflex tire carrier. And this shares a lot of the same characteristics of that. However, this does not have an up and down adjustment for your tire, which is something that the Teraflex does have and that I like a lot. That allows you to keep your tire as low as possible, giving you the maximum visibility out of the back window, while still keeping it high enough to not interfere with whatever rear bumper you're running. The hinge kit for the Spartacus HD also doesn't have quite as smooth of an operation as the Teraflex does, so those are a couple of things to keep in mind. This kit is going to be a little bit less expensive than the Teraflex, but it comes down to what your budget is and what you want for your Jeep. This wheel mount is steel, fully welded and covered in a textured black powder coat finish. It does come with a third brake light mount here, which is a nice feature. It gives you the ability to disassemble your factory third brake light, attach it to this new mount, and it is adjustable up and down, so you can make sure you see that brake light over your tire, even if you are mounting a 37-inch tire on this wheel mount. Now, as I said before, you do have some adjustability built into this. The plate that you mount the tire on will slide in and out, and as it goes in and out, it goes up and down just a little bit, but you don't have full adjustment of the up and down height of the tire, which is a little bit of a drawback for this tire carrier, in my opinion. Other than that, it is going to be well built, and if you pair this with the hinge kit, I think you are going to get overall a very solid way to carry a larger than factory tire. Getting this installed onto your Jeep is going to be a very simple 1 out of 3 wrench installation that you should be able to get done in right around an hour. The first step is, of course, removing your factory spare tire and your factory spare tire carrier. In order to remove that carrier, you're also going to have to remove a small plastic trim piece on the inside of the tailgate in order to unplug your third brake light. After that, you can remove the third brake light from the factory mount and attach it to your new aftermarket mount. You'll use some of the factory bolts to hold your wheel mount onto the tailgate itself, then assemble the actual tire carrying plate onto the wheel mount and put your third brake light on. You can then test fit your tire to ensure that the third brake light is high enough to be seen over the tire. After that, you'll want to put your spare tire onto your mounting plate, push it as tight as it needs to be so that you're not going to get any rattling out of that tire, then remove the tire, torque down all of your bolts and your set screws, and then do the final hanging of the spare tire on your new wheel mount. The whole process is very simple and will just take some traditional hand tools to get done. Anybody can do this in their driveway. This wheel mount comes in at right around $200, which in my opinion isn't a bad price for what you're getting. Even if you purchase this wheel mount and your hinge kit, you're going to be in at a little bit under what the next closest competitor is, which is the Teraflex version. Now the Teraflex version does have a little bit more adjustability, so if you're interested in that and you have a higher budget, that option is going to be a good one for you. However, if you are interested in saving a couple of dollars and you're not as interested in that up-down adjustability, this is going to be a good choice. So if you're looking to beef up your factory spare tire carrier for a larger spare tire, this is going to be an option that will save you some money over some of the competition, even if it doesn't have quite as much adjustability. So that's my review of the Rugged Ridge Spartacus HD tire carrier wheel mount fitting all 2007 and up JKs that you can find right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.